Welcome back to What Arty Noobs for General Disturbance. This is the AMX 13 F3AM. It's the Tier 6 French SPG. This one's located on the southeast spawn of Fjords, and it's under the command of a fingernail clipping. Let's see how he gets on. Game on. Well, he's landed in a Tier 6 game with Tier 5 tanks in it, so he's knocked off, but it means he's got more work to do. 155mm howitzer, capable of doing 630 alpha with stun shells, 39mm pen, and with the non-stun 770 alpha, 49mm pen, but you have to be a little more accurate. You can see the M41 going off into the distance. He's aiming for the corner, hoping to catch one of the enemy tanks, and they come in to try and occupy that piece of prime land. Now, they built rather a lot of these. 621 AMX 13 F3s actually got built. Designed 1959, built between 1962 and 1997. So it's only recently been taken offline by the French, but it's still being used by quite a few other nations. And he backed up halfway five there and knocked the tree down by mistake. I don't think he intended to do that, but it's unfortunate because it did give away the enemy position, but the target he fired at, the T-3485M, got wiped out by our KB2. Okay, Warlock tank, he's on the other side of the South Pass. From this position, he does have an angle. Only just. Guy needs to back up a little bit more in order for him to get shots in, because you can see there he gets a red line the moment he gets a little closer. Now, it is possible to change that angle by going up onto the corner here, almost firing from the cap area. You can fire into the enemy tanks that are trying to get through the South Pass. A lot of people ignore that position because it is actually quite viable. You can actually hit these crocodiles as well and the other enemy tanks that try to make it through the West Pass. That crocodile's managed to sneak in, and if we can get the right angle, we can actually fire past the buildings into it. But look at this shot here. From this angle, he can hit all of those enemy tanks. And in fact, now that wreck that's actually formed is making a nice little roadblock, and we're fully dialed in. Rounds up. Gets a hit on the first one, the VK3001B, and he can just keep pumping rounds into that corner. And the enemy tanks are actually coming through the Western Pass. Can't see him. They can probably see the tracer, but that's about it. And the enemy Arty can't touch him because he's actually around the corner on that main rock in the map. Okay, the VK suddenly disappeared. There he is. And he's out the game now. So you can see from this angle, it really is a great way of forming a roadblock on the South Pass. Enemy tank after enemy heavy is just going to keep trying to get through and failing. The moment they make any progress, they get hit by an HE round that stops them in their tracks, and then your teammates can actually go to town on them. Now at the moment they're not cooperating because they're not using the Rex for cover, and that Warlock tank, well, he's gone. But the KB2 is the last enemy tank, well, second to last. There is another one there, but we can't see them at the moment. On that corner. KB2 just took a hit. Go for it. Rounds out. Oh! Right over the top of the KB2. Now, there is two heavy tanks there on that corner, so he needs to watch out. That Tiger KB1SA was there as well. And in fact, actually, the KV2s managed to kill our KV2. But looking up this side of the map, we can now see the AT2 is vulnerable. Lined up and rounds out. Over the top again. I think he just left a little too long on the aim point there. He also, I think he may have seen something coming out of this corner, showing the enemy RT is working over here. Okay, the AT2 is still up there, though. He's going to have another go. Okay, we're loaded. Rounds out straight away. And he got a direct hit. And yes, he's right. There is an enemy tank just behind that rock. There's an enemy Arty, so we might as well hit that. We're 4 up on the enemy. Good potential for a win. Okay, we're loaded. Rounds out straight away. Yes, the Arty player on the enemy team is not very inventive. In fact, there's 2 of them, an SU-122A and a Hummel, but he wasn't very inventive because he hasn't gone... There's the Hummel. It's the SU-122 who must be in the original position then. And we're loaded. Rounds out. Oh, good solid hit for 265, but it hit the rear of the vehicle. But we're only 2 up on the enemy now. That Hummel's a one-shot for our Honing 3. And there's an enemy tank just at the end of the western pass of G-Row. Unfortunately, we lost the Honing 3, and it was the SU-122A that got the kill. So I think having been at the very back actually probably did help him. Now, he's probably still in reload. He's fired in on this spot. Oh, he got him! Definitely got him that time. So he was still in the same spot here since the start of the game. Going for the RLV-39 this time. Standard reload for this RT, 30.58 seconds. He's got 25.77. They just lost their G-Row, which means that we're now even. 2 RTs and a tank destroyer on our team. 1 RT, 1 tank destroyer, and 1 heavy tank on the enemy team. And the heavy tank is the KV-2. And there he is. Now, can we hit him? Difficult, but yes. And he does get a hit, but the ARL, well, not a smart move to drive that close to a tank. And it looks like the Arty's having a go as well. Yes, it looks like the ARL was actually cramped and confined there, but he managed to get a shot. But now the enemy G-Row just killed our ARL V39, so now it's 2 RT versus an RT and a tank destroyer. So I think we're going up for the ambush. I think an L-Clipping's done this before, so he knows what he's doing. Gonna get behind the bushes, get ready. As soon as the G-Row comes into view. Okay. Now it did look for a moment like the G-Row was going to go up on top of that hill and try and spot where we are. If so, he should be easy to spot for us. Our teammate in the M41's gone right to the end of Little Italy, the peninsula. Hummel's not so keen to actually go hunting for us, mainly because he's lost so much in the way of hit points already. But then so is the G-Row for that matter. There's only 332 hit points combined between the pair of them. Now, being an L-Clipping does have good camo. And here we come, it's the Hummel, and he's going to proxy spotters. But he gets wiped out with a auto aim, and it worked. One of the few RTs that you can do that with. He actually got artificial gun depression by using the sides of that hill to actually depress the gun onto the target. The G-Row knows where he is now, so obviously has to change position. Well, this is a little odd, because he's actually gone straight back to the same position he was in before, and I guess he was trying to avoid blind fire from the Giro into the bush. Well, he's not been spotted. I'm wondering now, is he going to try and hunt the Giro, or is he going to find that the Giro actually managed to flip himself over on his side, and that's what, or maybe he's even disconnected. After that shot he fired when he killed our ARL, he might have actually disconnected. That could be the reason that the Hummel went off on his own. The M41 is now on the move. He's using his proximity spot to actually try and find out where this Giro went. This is where he was. He's not here now, so yes, he's still on the loose. It could also be that the Giro player has decided that he wants to go back to his cap and wait in ambush for us to turn up. That's also a valid way of playing it. And of course, the way to do that, the way to counter that, is to go to the river crossing area, cross the river, go onto the back on the other side of the river and move up towards the back area. Now he's just tensing to see if somebody spots him when he went round the corner. Nobody spotted him yet, and the M41's not been spotted. Very odd indeed. Well, Mr. Giro must fancy a defender medal. It's also a valid form of play to actually move to get the enemy into your cap area so you know where both of them are, especially if they're arty, and then to try and come in and get the defender medal and hit both of them at the same time. The only trouble you've got is once you've got two in the cap, and yes, he has got him. That's what he was doing. Now he's going to miss out if we're still in the cap. Oh, shotgun! Well done, fingernail clipping. He just shotgunned the Giro, and they almost capped out as well. Here's the end of battle stats, and that's a first-class tanker for a fingernail clipping in the AMX 13 F3AM. He managed to get a fighter badge for getting at least 4 kills. He got 4 exactly. He also got a counter battery fire medal for taking out both enemy SPGs, and he got a bruise medal for getting at least 5 critical hits in this game. He managed to get 11. His win rate was 3,102, which is super unicum standard. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage in the game because that went to the KV2 on the enemy team, who picked up a high caliber for 2,330. Second highest damage turned out to be the Tiger 131 on our team with 2,194. And third highest turned out to be the Giro with 2,129. Unfortunately, he didn't get his tactics quite right there. He probably should have waited across the river and used that rock and then popped out suddenly behind the rock and take individual shots one by one. But fingernail clipping is used to doing shotguns, and he lined that one up nicely. We can see a fingernail clipping got 1,605. He was beaten by only 2 members of the enemy team, 2 members of his own team, which puts him in 5th place. When it came to kills, though, he was in top spot, and he shared it along with the KV2 on the enemy team, 4 kills piece. 3 kills went to the RLV39 and also to the Giros on the enemy team, and 2 kills went to the Tiger 131 and the KV2. Well, when it came to base XP, it was the Tiger 131 that did the best with 1066. The only player to get over 1,000 base with 892, going to a fingernail clipping. And in third place, we've got the M6, who managed 793. He fired 12 rounds, only 12 rounds in the game, but he got 6 direct hits and 2 penetrating shots and 10 splash. Damage of 1,605, of which 1,273 were up more than 300 meters. So you can see he did some very close shots. Now, can we see which ones we actually penetrated? Well, would have thought it was the Hummel. Yep, got a pen on that one. 335. I think he splashed to death the SG-122A. Yes, he did. And the Giro would have been the other one at fairly close range. A 155 is going to make a hell of a mess of a tank destroyer with fairly weak armor. 262 hit points on that pen. He also did 7 enemy vehicles damage, 4 killed, 724 hit points of stun assist of 8 stuns, and he got 41 capture points right at the end, but they were so close to capping out, but they didn't need to worry at the end because he shotgunned the enemy. On a free player count, he made 16,488 credits, and he also picked up 892 XP, base XP out of this one as well. So 2 Arty versus 1 TD and an Arty, and he still won. Let's have a look at the second replay. The second replay is on the Ruinberg map, and it's actually the encounter game. So the cap is in the center of town. Game on. Well, usually on the encounter map, it's actually more advantageous to go over to the southeast corner of the map and shoot from that direction. Mainly because you can hit enemy tanks that are actually in the center of town, but it looks like a fingernail clipping has decided to stay near the spawn point. Loaded, ready to go. He's got a spotter up there, the Skoda, but the VK3002D managed to get into the center street straight away, and so with no chance of getting a shot on him at the moment. Also, looks like most of our team is headed over towards the town centre, towards the cap. So it looks like they're going for an early occupation. Okay, we've got an enemy Hellcat in that corner. Well, that was very nicely placed, but unfortunately the Hellcat was hiding, and so we didn't get anything of that. It also looks like the enemy is trying to capture the village because they've got 2 tanks up there and they're pitifully pushing our Skodas. Well, you can see he's kind of pulling back and he's taking fire. And although we got 3 guys down at the south end of the map, I'm not sure that they're actually helping. Okay. Trying to get that Hellcat again. Let's see if you can do it. Rounds out again. Hits the building. It's not the best place to be. We've lost the Skoda in the village, so now we are compromised. And we've only got those 3 tanks, and one of them is pulling out. He's decided, no, it's just too hot. Not easy for us in this corner. You can see that our teammate is actually making his way past us right now. We've got an angle on the Hellcat now, but he keeps hiding. And yes, our Crusaders left the other 2 guys high and dry. And it looks like the enemy is pushing on that corner, including they've got an SU-100M1. It's a tier 7 game with tier 5 tanks in it. Tier 6 tanks in it. And yeah, we're in trouble now because that SU-100's gone ahead. And you can see his teammates are firing between the buildings. And our guys down south, the Basotto, is all alone now in that corner. So, and he's gone. So, yep, we need to get to the town centre now because it looks like the enemy is pushing everywhere except in the town centre. And we just got spotted by one of the enemy tanks. And it could be the VK actually. Not absolutely certain. Now this Arty does 60 kilometers an hour, but he's maneuvering at the moment, trying to avoid being hit. And that was a VK just appeared on the corner. He doesn't need to maneuver now, he just needs to get straight into the corners, straight towards the cap rather. and hide behind something solid. No, that's not something solid. That's a bush. The size of this building is going to become hot very shortly. There's the Crusader that abandoned our teammates in the corner. And even the enemy's firing. That may have been the M44 there. And it looks like he's firing from the corner. The enemy Hummel's just got located. And we just got spotted. Ow. And it's funny how enemy tanks seem to pick Arty straight away to aim at rather than other tanks. It's almost like they think that we're going to expire extra quick. More Arty shots coming in. That just killed the T-25 too. And we avoid the BK that we saw earlier. And now we've got a T-34-85 further up the street. Now, can he lay a shell? No, he's got a red line. He's not positioned well. Needs to back up just a little bit. And the T-34 goes down. Now, that enemy T-43 is actually in a very bad position. He's actually very low on hit points. We've got more than one tank going after him, so we could go around the corner. In fact, we've got a Jackson Super Hellcat and Carrow, and they're turning up, so yeah. We're 5 up on the enemy at the moment. But some of our guys are being a bit careless. And look at that, they've equalised 3 tanks in next to no time at all. And now they've only got a 2-tank advantage. Now, can you take out this T-37? The guy backed up. We're lined up. We're almost loaded. Now we're loaded. Nice! Solid kill. Had that guy pegged. No problem whatsoever. Waited for the guy to go to the gap, and he did. And that was the end of him. Now, he could drive round the corner now and take out that T-43. He's trying to aim at the corner. Carrow's holding it. He just got spotted by someone. It may be the T-43. And they've lost their SU-100M1. Yes, the T-43 is holding the corner, but we couldn't see him. So drive round and now shoot him, and you should be able to get a shotgun at close range. Enemy RT firing. Didn't land on us, it was near us. It hit the Carrow, and the T-43's gone round the corner. So we're going in, oh, and he's gone. And now there's only one enemy left, it's the RT, the M44. He has been firing into the cap area, and it appears he's actually over on the other side of the map. Because some of those shells are coming in from that angle, probably from the northeast corner of the map. Fingernail Clippings decided it's probably safer in the cap circle, and it certainly is at this point. There's the Crusader, the guy who deserted our guys out in the field. He's decided to stick with us in the cap area, but given he is a light tank as such, in fact, they're actually saying no cap get Arty. They want to get no cap kill all, but as Fingernail Clipping is saying, just in case, it's better be safe than sorry and actually get into the cap, because Arty can fire from the cap. They don't need to be out in the field. And he says, I'll get off if you find him. And they found him. He's in the village. Now we're lining up shots. Wait for it. Wait for it. Rounds out. Just misses him. Well, we can reset the cap now, and that helps our teammates get the kill, and that'll keep them happy. Just waiting for the reload so we can get another chance. I'd say he's probably going for the bushes right at the end here. Not that set, the other one on the other side of the road. It's much easier to shoot from those bushes than it is. And yes, he is in there. And he just hit the Carrow. Oh! Oh! The Fingernail Clipping hit him and won the game. And that's it. It's all over. Here's the end of battle stats. Well, because that was such a brief game, there wasn't enough time for a Fingernail Clipping to actually get a mastery out of that one. All he managed to get was a Bruce medal for getting at least 5 critical hits, and it's showing only 3 actually, but I reckon he must have got the Bruce, otherwise he wouldn't have got the medal. His win rate from that one was 929, which is good, but not great, and he didn't fire a whole lot of shots. Let's have a look at the team score. Well, we can see that the most damage he managed to do was 615 hit points. Fingernail clipping puts him way down the table. The high scorer was the Caro P88 with 2,531, followed by the Jackson on his team, 1,351. And, oh, actually, we're not showing the full ones there. There we go. That's better. The Caro first, 2,531. Second place, the ARL 44 with 1,685. And third place was the SU100M1 on the enemy team, who managed 1,538, and he picked up a defender for resetting the cap. When it came to kills, we can see Caro did get, Fingernail Clipping got 2, so did the Viz 44 1, and the Cromwell in third place, and the M44 on the enemy team. Top scorers were the Caro with 4, and the SU100M1, followed by the Jackson and the T43. And when it came to base XP, it's the Caro again, 1,218. He's the only one to get over 1,000. 791 went to the Jackson, 744 to the ARL 44, and we can see that Fingernail Clipping only got 453 out of that one. He only fired 7 rounds. That's mainly the reason why he didn't get that much in the way of damage. 2 direct hits, 2 penetrating shots, and 2 splash. 615 hit points of damage, of which 340 were at more than 300 meters. 1 hit received. It was a penetrating shot. Yes, that came from the T43, I seem to recall. But 4 enemy vehicles damaged, 2 killed, and he got 1 stun off, but didn't get anything from it. He also managed to get 15 capture points right at the end of the game when he got that kill. He earned 20,684 credits on a free-to-play account, and including a 15,000 mission completion bonus, and 906 experience points out of it on ×2 day. So it was interesting because it was a brawl game, and it showed you how you can play an Arty right in the center of town. I probably would have gone to shotgun more often, but as it is, Fingernail Clipping did get kills without going to shotgun by doing aim shots at enemy tanks that he could see. And yes, he did get the last kill of the game, and he certainly got that nice kill on the, was it Jackson, or was it, no, it was a T37, who went between a pair of gaps where he was spotted and, yeah, got paid for it. So that's the second battle. Let's have a look at the third one. The third replay is on the south spawn of Steppes. Game on. Well, it's with a Burt. It's a tier 8 game with tier 6 tanks in it, so he's bottom 2 in this one, and that means extra potential for earning extra XP. Of course, he's working on his third mark at the moment for this Arty. And it looks like he's platooned with somebody. Okay. 621 of these made. One of the widely made Artys. The French made them as the replacement for the M41 Gorilla, which was kind of old and long in the tooth, since it was actually made from the hull of a Chappie tank. Of course, the Gorilla dates back to the Korean War, whereas the AMX 13F3AM designed 1959, made in 1962, 1997, so fairly modern. I doubt to say that you could probably actually pick one up, because a lot of them ended up as monuments or have been used by other armies. They've got a lot of targets over on the west side of the map. He's changing his position just at the moment, backing into the bushes. Now he's using the non-stun HE, as you can see here, which is actually capable of 770 alpha and 49mm of pen. Going for the turtle. Left that bit late, but actually, no, got a bit of a rescue bloom there. Changed his angle. Waiting for the VK to turn up. Rounds out. And... oh, direct hit! 310, got stunned. In fact, he stunned both of them, actually. And that VK's about to go down, so we're picking up a fair amount of stun assist as well. Well, say a fair amount, some. Unfortunately, the turtle killed our KV-1S. Not sure if we can get another shot in, but we can certainly hit the 45 TP. Rounds out, very snap. Didn't get anything from that one. It looks like we're relatively clear on this side of the map, because our teammates have pushed up on the east side. Seems to be only light tanks and an occasional tank destroyer and heavy. But most of the enemy are over this side, and we're about to shoot, so which ones are we going to go for? It looks like he's decided to go to this side and hit the Scorpion. And he's got the communications expert now because he got some stun assist off the Scorpion hit, or the Scorpion stun I should say, so that one has worked in his favour. Of course, communications expert is extra 2.5% on the crew skills. Bounce out, hits the wall, but still gets a stun. And it looks like somebody got a fire there. The guys are still defending that corner. Turtle's pushing, so we might as well hit him, slow him down, give him a bit of stun to think about. Rounds out, looks good. Lands right behind him for 114, and he goes down. So we picked up all of that. In fact, it was track assist because he damaged the track. He just keeps changing his position every now and then to avoid counter battery. 45 TP looks next. Oh, but he's decided to shoot to the north because the enemy's getting a little closer. 25-2 goes down. T-52's on the move. And he needs to watch out just in case that guy decides to do a quick run south. But firing at somebody who's very fast moving can sometimes be counter-effective. You want to hit out something heavy that's moving slowly. And here we've got one, well, it's not slightly heavier, the Shure MV7X. All the enemy tanks over on the west side have been wiped out. So we're now going for the strip. It's lined up, rounds out, snap, gets a direct hit. Now that's going to be effective because the Shure MV7X doesn't have much in the way of armor. Okay, he's following his teammates on the west side. That's because the enemy's pushing on this side of the map. So it's better for him to be over there. Keep moving. Okay, it's gone to the aim. Enemy spotted. Super Hellcat. Lining it up. He's marked the target. Rounds out. Looks good. Lands right alongside him. But because that was a non-stun HE, he didn't get any, well, no damage out of it, I'm afraid. We're 2 up on the enemy. There's that Super Hellcat again. Oh, and that was a really good shot by the Burt. Fired one in at fairly close range, actually, as well. So that would have been a lethal one, possibly into the cockpit of the Super Hellcat. Now we've got a G-Saw just behind the train. We lost our Scorpion. Again, he's using that autoloader. Bounce out. We just missed him. But it slowed him down just a little. Okay, can we get a shot on this stag hound? He's moving towards our type. Firing as he goes. Oh, he's just got caught. Rounds out. Oh! That worked. That's his first kill of the game, fingernail clipping. Now there's only 4 of them. They've still got that G-Saw though. KV2 looks to be full health. There's the G-Saw. Fires in a stun shell. That Strivy hit earlier was a one-shot, and he's gone down. Unfortunately, we just lost the Burt to their E25. Now, we really do need our Basotto to kill that E25 if he comes south. Otherwise, we're going to have to run away from him because he can move pretty fast. No sign. And there he is. He's actually just at the other side of that gap. And the Basotto makes easy work of him, which leaves now the G-Saw and the KV2. And the KV2 is surrounded by our guys. He goes down, which means the G-Saw is the last enemy. Now, what can we do? Basotto is still 100% health. And the G-Saw's seen him. We saw the gun turn around. Pumps one in to get 247. Basotto just the other side of the embankment. And the G-Saw's going to use his gun depression to try and shoot down onto him whilst firing at our teammates at the other side of the map. Now, can we get another shell? We're still reloading. Here we go. Rounds out. He fired this side of him. Got 100 hit points and stunned him, but the Basotto did take 2 massive hits from the G-Saw. And it looks like the G-Saw's trying to follow him, and looks like he derped the wall. The Basotto's still trying hard, and the G-Saw's following him with the aim. Oh no! He allowed the G-Saw to ram kill him. Our shot went in, and there's the kill. And it goes to the Type 64. Here's the end of battle results, and that was an ace tanker game for a fingernail clipping in the AMX 13 F3AM. He managed to get a bruiser for getting at least 5 critical hits in this one. He got 6, and he got a Confederate as well, hitting more of the enemy than anyone else on his team. His win ace on this one was 1,993, which is very good. Let's have a look at team score. Well, he didn't get the highest damage because that went to the turtle on the enemy team, picked up a high caliber and 3,590 hit points, and he appeared to be the best player on the enemy side. Second highest damage went to the Scorpion G on our team with 2,389, followed by the 45 TP on the enemy team with 1,924. We can see fingernail clipping got 1,243 hit points of damage. When it came to kills, he's actually in 4th place because the top scorer was the turtle with 4. 3 kills went to our Scorpion G, 2 kills went to the Type, the Basotto, the Striv S1, Jagtiger prototype rather, and on the enemy team their G-Saw and their E25. And you can see fingernail clipping only got the single kill in the game, which was of course the Staghound. But when it came to base XP, he's in 2nd place because the Type managed 1,198, mostly down to the spotting. 1,047 went to fingernail clipping and 1,035 went to the Basotto. And you can see all 3 top players were actually over 1,000 base. He fired 15 rounds, so he had much more chance to get a good result out of this one. 4 direct hits on the enemy, but none of them penetrated. 15 splashes, 1,243 hit points, all of it at more than 300 meters, kept on the move to avoid facing the enemy. 7 enemy vehicles damaged, 1 kill, that's the Confederate. 442 hit points of damage assist, and 1,310 hit points of stun assist of 10 stuns. Now, on a free-to-play account, he actually earned 16,548 credits. He also got 30 bonds for mission achievement and 1,047 base XP out of that game. So yes, 2 games where he actually ended up, the first game where he got a first class and a counter battery fire. Second game where he really didn't get much at all because the game was over so quickly. The teammates decided to brawl in the city and seize the cap. And of course that forced everybody to go in, to the town, except of course some of the Arty, or one of the Arty anyway. And of course this last one where he gets an ace tanker on an open map like Steppes. Hope you enjoyed those replays. If you did, please give this video a like, do subscribe to our channel, leave a little comment down below because it feeds the algorithm, and thank you for watching.